الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن عدة الشهور عند الله 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها 4 حرم ذلك الدين القيم. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان أو كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. My respected brothers, elders, youngsters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We begin by the praising of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his final messenger. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us only one life. Nowadays we have heard many times from our youngsters, they use one symbol, one logo by saying that YOLO. YOLO. What does that mean? You only live once. You only live once and do whatever you want. Its slogan is very famous and very popular among the youngsters. YOLO. My dear brothers and sisters, Islam also says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us only one time, one life. And we have to cultivate and we have to make the akhirah as much as possible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Quran al-Kareem, مَنْ كَانَ يُرِيدُ حَرْثَ الْآخِرَةِ نَزِدْ لَهُ فِي حَرْثِهِ. Whoever they wanted to make their akhirah, نَزِدْ لَهُ فِي حَرْثِهِ, will increase their akhirah. We have a very limited and short time. This life is very temporary. But at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not leave to this ummah, not only this ummah, the all human beings, that they are in isolation and they have no instruction, no book, no messenger. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful. Since the humanity came down, the instruction also started coming down that how I can please to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how I can make this dunya beautiful and also get success for the akhirah. I have a limited time, but at the same time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught through the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that if we utilize these days properly, no matter we have a time of 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, but the eternal life which is going to come after the death, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that life will be very successful and beautiful. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Hazrat Qatada radiallahu anh narrates a beautiful riwayah saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is a creator. And He created the entire earth. But some part of the earth He makes a special. Like Makkah al-Mukarramah, Madinah al-Munawwarah, a sacred places. If we go and perform something righteous, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant us so much thawab in our account. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the angels, but some of them are special. Some of them are special. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the all human being, but some of them are special. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chosen them as a messenger, that they will go down on the face of the earth and explain to the humanity and take them towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the all days, 7 days a week. But one day is very special. And what that is? Friday. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, similarly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the year. Allah mentioned in the Quran al-Kareem, إِنَّ عِدَّةَ الشُّهُورِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ 12 شَهْرًا. The counting of 1 year of 12 months. Since when? يَوْمَ خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ مِنْهَا. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heaven and this earth, since that day Allah decided that there will be 12 months in 1 year. But at the same time Allah has chosen some months, few months are sacred. مِنْهَا أَرْبَعَةٌ حُرُمٌ. There are 4 months that Allah loves so much to them. And Allah said that these are the 4 months and they are sacred months. And in those months, you should not commit any sin, what you are doing apart from these months. In the normal time, that was okay. That you are committing, it's okay. But if you ask for forgiveness, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But these are the special months, special days, then you should refrain from the wrongdoing. And what those are, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we are one of them. And currently we are one of them. There are 4 months. The first month is Rajab al-Murajjab. And the other 3 months, Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah and Muharram al-Haram. These are the 4 months. One of the hadith is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Imam Suyuti rahimahullah, Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti rahimahullah, narrate this riwayah. The month of Rajab is the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is the month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the month of Sha'ban is the month of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the month of Ramadan is the month of Ummah. So my dear brothers in Islam, we just began the month of Rajab al-Murajjab. We should know that what days we are in now. In the month of Rajab al-Murajjab, these days, what used to happen, even before the Quran, even before the prophethood of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people, they used to respect these months. And what they used to do, that if they are fighting, if they are in the warfare, if they are in the conflict, once this month starts, they stop war. They used to count and they used to take this month, oh, it's a month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a month of ta'zeem. We should stop this battle. But what happened? You know, before the Islam, people, they started tampering. If they are fighting with each other, they decided that, okay, we will do the month of Rajab al-Murajjab from next month. From Sha'ban we'll take this. That's how they were doing it. Tampering. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says there was one tribe called Mudar. This tribe, they used to give the honor as this month deserved. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam linked to this month, Rajab al-Murajjab, the one which is linked or connected with the tribe of Mudar, because they used to give the respect to this month. They did not violate anything in the month of Rajab al-Murajjab. So my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this is not my message. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu narrates, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that in this month, if you commit something wrong, it will be more worse than the other days. At the same time, if you perform any righteous deed, Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu narrates that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you so much sawab compared to the other days. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam giving the example of the tribe of Mudar, who they were giving the respect to this month. Imagine if we are Muslims, if we start making the niyyah of the month of Ramadan, that this is my first step and this is my first month, I should start making myself available for the month of Ramadan. I should cut out the other activities for the month of Ramadan. This is the month of Rajab al-Murajjab. I should make my schedule free for the month of Ramadan. My dear brothers, that's Islam. That is the dua the Prophet ﷺ make me saying, Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us the blessing of the month of Rajab and Sha'ban. Wa ballighna Ramadan. What is the result? That we can reach to the month of Ramadan. We can reach to the month of Ramadan to do the ibadah as much as possible. The Rawi of this hadith, Abdullah ibn Abbas, I said, my dear brothers in Islam, we think that adab, or just giving the respect, it's kind of normal or ordinary. But at the same time, we don't know that it has a large impact, even though in the matter of deen, even though in the matter of dunya. How? Let me relate this story. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, he's a little young boy. When Prophet ﷺ passed away, he was only 13 years old. And he used to do the khidmah of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. In the night time, when the Prophet ﷺ woke up for the Tahajjud Salah, Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, he was also there in his house. He provided the water to make the wudu to the Prophet ﷺ. A khidmah means a volunteer work. A volunteer work. Now in Canada, our children, when anybody asks them to do some khidmah, they said, I have no work, no time. Why do I do? Why should I do? It's not necessary for me to do the volunteer work. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, look at this. Abdullah ibn Abbas, he himself woke up and provided the water to make the wudu for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because of this amal and action, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made the dua for him. Allahumma allimhu al-kitab wal-hikmah. What he made the dua for him, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant the knowledge of book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine, he's only 13 years old when the Prophet ﷺ departed. And after the month, after the years, even though Sahaba Ikram Rizwanullahi ta'ala al-Majma'in is out there, but the impact of this dua, that the Kibar Sahaba, the great Sahaba, they used to come to the Abdullah ibn Abbas to resolve any issue in the light of Sharia, in the light of Quran. Why this has happened? Because he did only such a very small thing, a volunteer work. And what was that? Just provided the water. My dear brothers in Islam, imagine if we give the respect to the month of Rajab al-Murajjab, or these months, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would love us, and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant us, we can't even imagine. We can't even imagine. People nowadays, they are busy with their cell phones. Minutes and minutes, hours and hours. They don't even take care that how much time I have passed on my cell phone. My dear brothers, if myself remind to myself that I am in the month of Rajab al-Murajjab, and Allah loved this month to be worshipped more than the other months, I just turn off my screen and start reciting whatever the surah I memorize, or whatever the surah I can read it, or even on the phone. My dear brothers in Islam, Allah will love so much, and Allah will give the thawab and ajr al-azim, that Allah resolve all issues, problems from this dunya and akhirah. We have all solution in this life through the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now people, they are escaped from the coronavirus. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect me and protect you as well. And also the whole country, this country, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect the entire country from this infection, from this disease, from this epidemic. But when we see those people who they are infected, who they are dying. It's not necessary that those people really standing in front of us, it's not necessary. We are seeing them on social media, television, news. My dear brothers, Islam, first of all, we should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then after that, there is one dua. If we recite hadith says that, if we read this dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you from that such a disease, that it wouldn't come to you at all. And what that is? Very small dua. Alhamdulillah alladhi afani mimma ibtalaka bik wa faddalani ala kathirin mimman khalaqa tafdila. If you recite this dua, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that Allah will protect you from that particular disease. My dear brothers in Islam, Islam has the all solution for our 24 hours life. For our 24 hours life. So my dear brothers in Islam, whenever you see these type of news or anything on your social media or really in front of you, recite it. And it's not only linked to the person who's infected from this dua. Any kind of disease. Whether some people they are paralyzed, some people they have cancer, some people they are experiencing very. So just recite this dua, and Allah will protect you and protect me as well. Very easy. So I was here that if we give the respect to this month of Rajab al-Murajjab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will elevate our status. Allama ibn Rajab Hanbali rahimahullah narrates that this month is like a cultivation. We are putting the seed in the sand. We are putting the seed in the sand, in the soul. The month of Sha'ban is like we are providing the water to the tree that it grows out. And in the month of Ramadan, this tree is now ready. The month of Ramadan is a time of benefit, to take the benefit from this tree. So this month is already started. This month has already started. And we should also prepare ourselves. And we should make dua. This dua, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam making dua, Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa ballighna Ramadan. That we should have, or we should receive the blessing of the month of Ramadan as well. Therefore, we should make a niyyah for this dua, recite as much as possible, either after salah, before salah, whenever it's possible. And also take a firm action, firm niyyah, make niyyah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us reach to the month of Ramadan. So everybody inshallah will do that? Say inshallah. Inshallah. MashaAllah, everybody is here.